So next we have Gabriel. Gabriel will be sharing a lot about technology. So he being the managing director for a newly minted entity called Southeast Asia Music Academy Online. I think he's done some great stuff, and we titled his speech as New Frontiers in Music. Gabriel?
Hi everyone, thank you Mingxi for organizing this webinar. It's so inspiring to hear from Prof. Lansky, Igor, and Adelia about what's really important in music making, and yeah, it really resonated with me so much, and really I can't agree more. So I was asked to talk about new frontiers in music, and also the use of technology in music. But before I get to that, I thought it would be good to give a little bit of background and share how I got into some of these explorations. So firstly, new frontiers refers to new territory or unexplored, uncharted territory. And one of my first experiences with this term was when I first went to Myanmar to perform and teach violin at a festival. So Myanmar is often referred to as Asia's final frontier because of a 50-year period of military dictatorship, and as a result, international isolation. Um, but when they opened up in 2011, they quickly became the world's fastest growing economy, as you can see here in 2016. But this 50-year vacuum left by the military also meant that the people were deprived of music education, as well as opportunities to enjoy music. And so on my first trip to Myanmar in 2016, I was so struck by how hungry the musicians were for knowledge. As you can see here in this picture on the left, some of them traveled some 48 hours, for our lessons. And they told me that they learned music mainly from YouTube because they did not have access to proper teachers. And when I first went up to Myitkyina, which is the northernmost state in Myanmar, to perform a recital, apparently it was the first of its kind there. And so the one on the left is basically a response by a member of the audience there. It says, "I have a dream. My dream is to go and enjoy a music concert that will be held in my motherland, Myitkyina. And today, my dream was already completed. The classical music concert was held in KTCS, which is this school over there, and I enjoy a lot." And when I played violin for the children at an orphanage there, most of them were seeing and hearing the violin for the very first time. So it's really priceless seeing their reactions to the sound of a violin. And I was just so grateful for such an opportunity to share music. And like Igor mentioned, that that feeling of finding meaning in our work as musicians, that was something that I really felt there. And so my first few visits to Myanmar really left a deep impression on me. It really left me thinking, how can I help make music more accessible for them? I'm Singaporean that grew up here. I had a really well-developed education system with good music education. At YST, I graduated from YST at 2015. Pretty much most of my studies have been fully funded. How can I make these opportunities also available for the students there? And so it was with this thought that I founded the Music Society of Myanmar in 2017 with the friends that I had made there to organize masterclasses, workshops, concerts, and events to help in the building of their music scene, not just in Western classical music, but also Myanmar traditional music, pop, jazz, and other genres as well. And we successfully registered with the government in 2019 after a pretty arduous process. So I would go there every month to organize activities for the society as well as teach the music students. And there is a handful of students that I would also teach online in a kind of a hybrid form of online teaching, in addition to our in-person lessons in Myanmar, and sometimes when they come to Singapore as well. And that really showed results recently when one of them successfully auditioned to YST, and who is also now a first-year violin student here. So it's really a success story and proof that online teaching can actually be effective. So with COVID, we had to move all our activities online. Last year, we managed to hold our yearly festival and competition completely online. So we organized our workshops, masterclasses, competitions, virtual concerts online, also involving more artists than we could usually afford, since we did not have to actually include a budget for accommodation and flights this time. We managed to involve 35 artists from 8 countries, and more than 100 students from all over Myanmar took part in the masterclasses as well as the competition. And our finale concert had more than 11,600 views, which wouldn't be possible to reach out to that many at actual live in-person event. And we also managed to do community outreach to about 100 children from various children homes via an online format, which is the image that you see in the bottom left-hand corner. So with COVID, we've had to adjust, and there were some advantages to taking these activities online to reach an even wider audience. But now with the latest developments in Myanmar, we've had to put things on hold, and we really pray that peace will return to the country very soon. So COVID also made me realize another thing, that the online space had so much potential to reach a wider audience. And we have seen so many businesses reconsider the need for a physical office, with work from home arrangements. And so the idea of an online academy had been on my mind for a few years, but COVID really was the catalyst for action. And after speaking to some of my mentors like Prof. Lansky, the idea of an online academy unrestricted by distance or physical space became something that really made a lot of sense to me. And to continue to make quality music education accessible to learners in Southeast Asia. So with the friendships I had built working with many wonderful people around Southeast Asia over the last few years, the Southeast Asian Music Academy Online was founded by myself and 4 other colleagues around the region last year, including 2 fellow alumni from YSC. And so building an online community of learners is really at the heart of the academy. And so our first event in November last year brought together more than 200 music teachers in a 2-day conference covering a range of topics on music pedagogy. And we've also expanded some of the more popular topics into 6 to 8-week courses, providing learners the opportunity to go more in depth into these topics with some of our award-winning instructors. And these courses are all interactive in nature. They are held online in real time. And so we've seen learners from all over Southeast Asia get to know one another better through these interactions and in-class activities, really building a community and network in the process. And as all these classes are recorded, it also provides flexibility for learners who occasionally cannot make the class timings. They can catch up on these recordings at their own time and pace. And since accessibility is really one of our core missions, and because we don't have to rent office space, we're able to keep our costs low, resulting in affordable fees for our learners. And these fees are also customized according to the country. So, and we also do give out scholarships for those in need. So as a company, we are registered in Singapore, but our team has been working 100% online. The 5 of us actually have never met physically all at the same time before. Which really shows the wonders and the opportunities the internet has brought us. So the next exciting thing coming up is basically our 2-day conference in June this year. We'll be featuring an even more diverse range of topics, from Baroque dance, Southeast Asia traditional music, songwriting, music therapy, etc. And we are also really excited to have Prof. Lansky present a session. And Benjamin Zander will also be doing a session amongst many other inspirational speakers. So yeah, do follow our social media to keep posted on these upcoming events. So in conclusion, really with the shakeup in the music industry after COVID, as described by Igor, there's a real need to explore new ways of presenting music, really connecting with people and developing new areas and new frontiers for music. So I think the way forward is really to be brave, to take action. We can learn so much from experimenting, even though new frontiers or pathways, may seem quite daunting at the beginning. So yeah, with that, I end my presentation, and thank you, and back to you, Mingxi.
Right, thank you, Gabriel.